Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Ready, set.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the ready. 50's the mark. Fair, fair. Check, 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 check.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off play action. Costello. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Costello. This is caught. It's Cooks. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Gurley with a carry on first down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Leo. Under 10. Yo, go. Get it.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 15-yard line. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They run. It's Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Here we go. It's Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back.
What? 20. Here we go. Check 52.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
Go. Like 20. Got to do better. Come on. Yes, sir. Check 13. 12.
Back to throw. Goff. He's going to loft one deep. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 77 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there.
And this is going to be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go. Hey, Alpha.
Off the play fake. Costello. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. These two teams all tied after one. On 2nd and 12, Goff. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Goff. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Set 50, plant. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. Be grip.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's see what you got. Check 14. 14. Whirling. Hey, Charlie. Switch it. Come here, switch it.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
From his goal line here, Goff. And it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. The first down run with Gurley, a good one. He gets forward for 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Look at me. Go.
2nd and 4. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Here comes the Rams punter now. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Costello. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
On 1st and 10, Costello. That's taken in by Henderson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, Costello. That's complete to Cooks. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, as the first half is winding down. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun. Goff. Looking deep for Adams. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Let's go, bring it.
At their own 30-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down. And
that's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play that time for the Rams. 56 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He gets it to Cooks. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Super 66.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
50 seconds to Mike. Tackle. Shift, watch the shift. Tight yard.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's get it. 180. Check out read. Hatchet. Check. Ric Flair. Check.
Goff now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position He's actually utilized more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Recon, 132 fighter. 12.
From the gun, here's Goff. Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2.
General West.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Switch up.
And a give this time to the tailback. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Single. Four down. Watch 14. You.
2 for 1.
Hey, watch it.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Samson Ebukam. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Goff. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Set. Hey, wahoo. 30 base. Ready.
Throwing on 1st down. Costello. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Devontae Parker, 44 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. After the run, Goff going to throw. Caught by Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Value 1. 76, tell him. 76. 76.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 50. Mike 50. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Throwing to start the drive. Costello. Stepping up. He'll try and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Costello. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now a handoff looking right. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
57.
On 1st down, gone. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated, the front and the back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason.